Our next movie is a strange doomsday fantasy named Miracle Mile, which begins with boy meets girl and ends with boy loses girl and rest of civilized world. The movie opens with Anthony Edwards and Mare Winningham making a date to meet later that night in the coffee shop where she works.
You go back to your hotel, you clean your spit valve, and take a nap because you're going to need all your energy tonight.
I think I'm going to head back and take a nap.
But he oversleeps, and when he arrives at the coffee shop hours later, he picks up a payphone, and someone on the other end tells him that a worldwide nuclear war is going to break out in about an hour. He tries to convince some of the other customers in the all-night cafe.
Hey, you guys.
He said,
Hey, shut up!
Hey! Look, this could be very important. Does anyone here have a son in a missile silo?
Missile silo?
Yeah, North Dakota? Chip? Look, I know how this sounds, but... Well, I answered the phone out there, and the guy on the other end, he was very, very frantic. He thought I was his dad for a minute. I think he just had the wrong area code.
Yes,
but,
so what?
Oh, so he was calling from a missile silo.
He said that they were locked in, 50 minutes and counting, to shoot off their nuclear wad.
When Edwards is finally reunited with Winningham, she wonders if the phone call was really for real.
Where did you hear we'd started a war? Those people at the helicopter said Landa told them, and you told Landa?
God, what am I doing?
Meanwhile, word of the impending nuclear attack spreads through Los Angeles like a forest fire, and there's panic in the streets.
Go get him!
Miracle Mile has an almost surrealistic quality to it. How would you feel if you were the only person in the world who knew that war was starting in an hour's time? And what if you tried to tell everybody, but you were wrong? One of the ingenious things about Miracle Mile is that we're never quite sure right up until the end whether this guy on the other end of that wrong number knew what he was talking about or whether it was just a practical joke. The movie sometimes feels a little bit like Martin Scorsese's After Hours. Both movies are about a guy who meets the girl of his dreams, and the encounter leads to an endless nightmare. This isn't as good as After Hours, but it does work, and it is effective.
It didn't work for me. I keep not liking these pictures. I don't know. To me, it would be a lot... The reality of a situation like this would be a lot rougher, a lot meaner, strange, alienating. People would be grabbing each other a little bit more. And not in a theatrical way, but in a disconnected, strange kind of way. This, to me, seemed, I hate to say it, more like a movie, rather than what you would expect in something like this, a more documentary kind of feel.
Well, if you want a really realistic film about the aftermath of the nuclear war, the movie is Testament, which is one of the best films I've seen in a long time. This movie is not like that. It aims at a different level. I'll tell you what you're probably picking up on here. This movie has the look of kind of the Los Angeles style of magazine art direction. You know, the neon signs, the 50s kinds of drive-in restaurants and things like that. The whole lighting and the whole clothing is supposed to look like some kind of an ad, I think, for fashion clothes in a slick magazine. And that probably undermines it. If it had been a little grittier, if it had been in black and white, it would have been a different movie, but I like the one they make.